heroes to start things off. Seems like that's not going to be the case for the Seoul Dynasty at the start here on Ruins in Ilios. Michelle will probably be switching off the Wrecking Ball. Chengdu, though, exactly what we expect, really. A couple of different styles of DPS heroes on a map that is usually run with 3-3 compositions.
Huh, okay, and we might, I don't think we're going to see the Winston Reinhardt from Seoul, but maybe we will.
Are.
Who knows? I mean, that's one way where you can kind of try to punish the Semmler on the other side, try to find her, jump on her, put a lot more pressure on the back line while you still maintain that beefy front line with the Reinhardt.
Exactly. You're less worried about having a diva, I think, against the Chengdu Hunters overall.
Absolutely.
So why not just dive in there and try and use Michelle to disrupt the back line?
Coming in for the slam. Pretty protected, though. Has to get out right away. Chengdu just kind of biding their time. Amang just rolling through everybody doing that damage. Seoul Dynasty, meanwhile, trying to collapse on the Hunter's back line, looking for the kills, but here comes Amang again. Can't quite pick anything up. He's kind of on his own here, and now even with those shields, might be in trouble, but no, while this happens, the rest of his team picking up the kills on the rest of Seoul. Do you think they kind of overcommitted on that?
I mean, I think what happened was Amang was like slowly pressuring the Seoul Dynasty. He was basically herding them into the rest of the Chengdu Hunters right there. Elsa managed to pull off a hack on the front line.
There's the swap.
And there is the swap. So Michelle going back to that Sombra.
Check this out.
Yeah.
A little high ground defense.
I mean,
Hunters.
Chengdu's weird. Like, what can you say?
I love it, though.
Not many people are going to put a Zarya on high ground there to play an aggressive defense, but this team will.
Also, Dynasty trying to sneak the point away from him, but Fissure lost on his own, taken out. Amang gets him with the ultimate out of all things. And Let Young walking in, he's got the grab, doesn't even need it as he roasts Fleta with a bit of help from Voltal as well. And Chengdu really having no trouble holding this one right now.
The Hunters are playing beautifully, honestly, because they are actually in a meta that is very difficult to collapse onto a 3-3. They're actually getting some really well-timed pincer attacks on the composition of the Seoul Dynasty. They're just going to drop on them now.
Elsa waiting for the EMP, just going to wait out that grab, see if they need it. They're not going to. I guess they can just kind of keep saving things. Man, they are thrashing Seoul right now.
It is not even close. I'm there getting a lot of damage done by swinging back and forth in the Graviton Surge of Late Young. And they have an EMP. I mean, this is looking like maybe 100-0. Like, this defense is so weird.
I mean, Dynasty's going to try to come in for rally, but there's Elsa right there with the EMP. Right off the bat. Chengdu trying to follow up now. They've even got the Transcendence to try to keep everybody up and alive. They've taken Jaehong down early, and now the backline's Amang coming down and harassing Fleta and Jexe. Seoul still able to approach the point, and they're trying to take it right now. They've got somebody there.
Yeah, it's Michelle who's been trying to back cap, and meanwhile Chengdu sent Eviltal back all the way to the point.
You got to do something with it. Yeah, Michelle and that Sombra swapping off the diva, trying to do it. Oh, minefield all over Seoul Dynasty now. Munchkin down, Elsa finds a kill there. And the grab used. Can Seoul get anything out of it here? No, sound barrier comes in. Late Young does go down, and maybe with that sound barrier, Seoul's found enough to sort of grind their way through a fight here, but it's already 99% for Chengdu Hunters.
Yeah, they are. Now the Hunters need to go back, but they're going to be feeling fine about this. Seoul had to invest a lot of those ultimates. They don't have any support ults for the next fight. So it's up to Michelle to have an effective EMP. And while he's been hitting a lot of targets on EMP...
More than nearly anybody.
Yeah, but he's actually not been getting very many final blows, and he usually dies immediately after the EMP occurs, which I think is part of Seoul's problem as to why they can't follow up on some of their engages.
Fair enough. Well, they do have those ultimates to try to hold the point with, but they've got a mountain to climb. 22%. Here comes Amang from on high. Bouncing Fissure attempted to bounce off the high ground. Munchkin drops early. Kyo with a kill there. Michelle does drop the EMP.
Kyo
like
gets
Kyo with a 4K. Whoa! Dragging out Jaehong. Looking from the other side, he's like, why can't everybody just play Ana? And that's going to be Chengdu Hunters taking the first point. And man,
I think Chengdu's playing really well, Noah.
Like, too. They are looking really good. I love it. Well, Chengdu Hunters off to a pretty rapid assault start. We'll see if Seoul can tie it up after this break. Welcome back to Ilios. We are going to, well, let's check out a replay of that sick Kyo play at the end of this.
That's pretty nice. I mean, they're all lining up for him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. It gets a little bit easier when they're grab. All right. Okay, Kyo. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be like, F9, man, I'm going to record this play of the game. And it's like, all right. All right. You know, he did what Zenyatta should do.
I guess
Congratulations.
On the wrecking ball.
Yep.
The Amon, he's coming in, gets stunned immediately by that Brigitte, however.
I mean, yeah, Munchin's going to need to really watch out for that. Amon's just going to keep coming in there. They're going to charge forward right now on board with Kyo as he stays in the back lines. Trying to stay alive. Seoul Dynasty, though, pressured into that side room, and that's going to give the Hunters a chance to build a little bit of percentage on that point. First, Kyo does get the kill, and Jaehong claims another one. That was legit. And Late Young manages to find a kill on Defleta, back on board with Kyo again, gets stunned, gonna get taken out as well. It's tough to go toe-to-toe with the Brigitte, but luckily for Kyo, the rest of his team cleaning things up. That's gonna be Hunters getting some early percent going.
I mean, I think the Hunters are doing a beautiful job of controlling space. You'll see that they slowly sort of push the Seoul Dynasty into these little rooms, and that's when they're striking with big pile drivers, Hammond ultimates. This team is so good at playing around the Wrecking Ball's ability and setting up Amon to make these big plays.
All right, rally from Jinmu is there. Pushing forward again. Fissure kind of forced away from his team. Has to use the leaf to get back there. It's going to leave him vulnerable. Late Young, oh, his grab got eaten by Michelle. Nice play from that Diva there, but Amon all over everyone with that minefield, keeping Seoul from really pushing onto the point. Jexy did get a nice boop onto Late Young, though. So Seoul with an opportunity here, possibly. Fissure in the Primal Rage, but still a little bit low health, trying to find an angle to get people into the well themselves. Jaehong finally gets the kill into Amon, and it looks like maybe Seoul Dynasty might be able to swap this one over to their favor here.
They might eventually, but 60% already taken by the Hunters. And I think the only thing that saved Seoul there, Doa, was the fact that they actually managed to eat Late Young's Graviton. Because the follow-up of that minefield was coming right on top of that Graviton afterwards in that choke point. Because the positioning from Chengdu was there. It's just the Graviton was used at the wrong time. Seoul still manages to push through and start gaining some percent.
It's kind of the theme of Overwatch right now, or pretty much all the time, you know. Do you like your ultimate? It's better with Graviton Surge. It's true. Amon goes to the middle of the team again. Fleta waiting, got that grab, throws it into the wall here. Can they capitalize on it? There's a sound barrier to burn through. Looks like they're going to get Jinmu at least. Seoul Dynasty rotating around the outside. They've got a couple members of Hunters split off, and they're going to capitalize. Let Young down. Seoul Dynasty looks like they're going to control the point for now, at least.
Seoul holding on to a lot of ultimates there, too. Really only having to commit the rally to that engagement. So they're going to be feeling confident. Chengdu has to build up a lot of charge right now to make it through. And with Seoul approaching that 63%, they've got about 2 fights left in them.
Seoul on the verge of tying up Ilios here. Chengdu Hunters coming back in with their style. Usually you look at the ults, but it's like these guys can make plays in a way a lot of other teams can't. But Fissure with that Primal Rage is going to make it way tougher. Has to be careful. You're trying to get behind the Hunters so he can keep them trapped in the corner. So he's going to do, it's going to be a shield from Seoul as well. Late Young down. They're going to try to use Lucio's ult to get in onto the Hunters here. Wow, Transcendence actually going to turn things around for Chengdu, keeping everybody up through that fight, and they're going to flip this one back.
I mean, Seoul just keeps getting trapped in these situations where the minefield from Hammond is ridiculously effective.
Well, I mean, it's like you said, Amon just finds a way to kind of herd Seoul into a corner, and then he puts down the minefield. Then they've got the other CC ultimates. It's the space control from Hunters is really good.
Yeah, you could see them just sort of slowly tightening around the Seoul Dynasty like a python, and then they just squeeze.
Like a Hunter. Oh, Lei Young. He just kind of got bounced right in there. He might have actually just hopped in there accidentally, too. Michelle. Oh, Michelle didn't have his charge as he went in. Jinmu sending him to an early grave. But Seoul Dynasty looks like they might just have the firepower to turn this one around again. And at 99%, they will flip it back. And they're close to 99% themselves, too. So Seoul with a chance here, but Hunters have the ultimate.
Yeah, Chengdu also is going to be having the Zarya in front because Late Young died early. So there is a chance here to use that Graviton Surge effectively and get Late Young in first. And that's going to happen.
Oh, he got eaten. Michelle, that's two in one round that he ate. And Amen getting bounced into the pit by Fissure. Seoul Dynasty turning this one around. Chengdu trying to stay alive though, but it's not gonna happen. Fissure saves that Primal Rage. to finish this one. And they have a self-destruct from Elsa coming in, but he's not going to get back in his mech, and that's going to be Soul taking well. Talk about Michelle. You know, I brought him up in the pregame. This guy is so good. 2 gravitons in 1 round.
2 huge gravitons.
Dude,
those were incredibly consequential to the outcome of that point.
Yeah.
Can't rely on that, though, you have to say.
No, you shouldn't need to rely on that, but no doubt, when push comes to shove, Michelle is certainly one of the bright spots of this kind of Seoul Dynasty 2.0 team. The players on your screen like Fleta, well, it was Fleta, now it's Michelle again, but are having a little bit of a hard time getting kind of bounced around by Hunters, but Michelle playing it calmly, really being aware of when those gravitons are going to come in. You don't eat 2 graviton surges in 1 round by accident a lot of time. That's just good game awareness.
All right, well, coming out, Jinmu will be playing the Pharah this time. Elsa returning to Sombra duties, so back to a 2-2-2 composition, sort of a rarity in the Overwatch League these days.
Yeah, Jinmu played a lot of the Pharah in their last match. Not surprised to see him back on that pick again. Yveltal going to be giving him the healing on Mercy. Seoul Dynasty rushing to the point early. It's on Hunters to push them off. Jinmu just firing through the window. Close the window. Oh, you can't. You can't actually do that.
No, you can't. And here's the engage happening already. Jinmu's going to be pushed out, though, by Michelle's Diva.
Yep, for the moment. All right, Soul takes the point first. Jinmu still being pressured a bit by Michelle, but you notice Michelle's not taking any extra chances. Just pushing him away once in a while. Gonna get D-Mech now, as Hunter's coming back in again. Jinmu gets a barrage really quick. Whoa, before Fleta finally gets in his face and roasts him here. Meanwhile, fast coalescence coming up from Jaehong and that Moira. Seoul Dynasty doing a pretty good job, actually, of holding this one, but now Hunter's coming back in with that Transcendence.
Oh, late trance there, even though Late Young's gonna be coming back into this engagement.
Yveltal got the res on the Late Young, actually. They got their Diva back again, but they can't quite force Soul off. I think it's time to regroup if you're the Chengdu Hunters here.
I think this has been excellent from Soul. They're just keeping cool, even though they're getting bombarded from every angle, disrupted by Ahmed coming into the point.
Wow, Fissure actually took out with a Fire Strike. That's a pretty nice, accurate Fire Strike.
That's a nice bonus to get there at the end of a fight, too.
Feels good. A little moral victory there. Let's check it out again, Fissure. Of course, once again leading the charge like we'd always see. Meanwhile, it looks like there's a fight back on the point here. Oh, from downtown. Oh! That was sick.
As a rank player, I always enjoy those. All right, here comes Elsa. EMP available. There it goes.
That's right. Lights have been turned out on Seoul Dynasty, and Ahmed's going to waste no time in getting in there and grabbing a couple kills. Going for the knockoffs, too. Woo! I always get afraid when people slam right on the edge of maps like that, but he handled it. It's okay. Seoul Dynasty, though, getting a couple kills of their own. And Hunter's having a bit of a hard time finishing this fight here.
Yeah, Seoul has been in charge of this point the entire time so far. Chengdu has not really even come close to being able to take it. A lot of that thanks to Jekse with the sound barrier hiding from the EMP and then popping it on the members inside the bunker.
Well, that was big. Only a couple ultimates available for Hunters to try to take this one back right as Seoul Dynasty hit 99%. It's do or die time on this map. Ahmed, he just falls off. Somehow Ahmed just fell off the map. And Jinmu gets 2 at the barrage, but nobody can get there. And Seoul Dynasty will take Achilios. I gotta see a replay, but I wonder if
I think he pile drove off the map there. I saw him drop really fast.
What did I just say? What did I just say? I said I worry about Hammonds when they do it so close to the end of the map, and that is probably why. Crazy first map. We're in for a great series. See you for map 2 in just a moment.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.